on this episode of Bed Bath & Beyond. Andy and I talk, dude, I always blank. Like, we record for an hour, we talk NFL news, we talk Mike Tomlin for longer than I was comfortable with. We talk NFTs like we always do because I'm addicted. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Cubs just got out of a huge inning. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Okay, Cubs, Mets. Top of the 10th inning. Bases were loaded. 1 out. I was worried. We were all worried, but they just turned a double play. Got out of the inning. We're up. Bottom of the 10th. Let's fucking go. Let's end this right now. Let's end this. Let's not go into the 11th, 12th inning. Let's just end this right now. Let's go. What was I going to say? NFTs. Yes, I'm addicted. I have a problem. We all know this. Let's move on. But I bought some more NFTs, and we're going to talk about it. Spoiler, it has something to do with baseball and trading cards. It's baseball trading cards. And then we play Go Fuck Yourself player trivia. Let's fucking go. Come on, Cubs. Please. Let's take care of the Mets. 3, 2, 1, go. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann. And I hate sports betting. No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
Welcome to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
I'm Ian.
I'm not.
Fuck you, Andrew. I'm just joking. But you never call me by my name. You never call me by my name.
You're right. I don't.
What's with
I know
that?
Who you are.
Yeah, but I say Andy.
It's a respect thing, and I don't respect you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I say Andy or Andrew probably 50 times an episode because I like calling you out by your name.
Well,
it also gives you, you know what, basically I'm helping your brand because people are like, oh, the person who continues to make clown takes on this podcast I'm listening to, that his name's Andy. I don't know who the other guy is. The guy who's
addicted to NFTs and horses, I think.
Yeah, well, the horses are the NFTs. And I'm glad you brought that up because I have expanded my NFT portfolio into a new NFT sector.
What'd you get?
We can talk about that. Do you want to talk about it right now?
No, because you're going to want to go
It's
long.
pretty early in the episode, Andrew, to start talking NFTs. Because once I start, I am not going to stop.
All right. Well, I got a couple. Let's start with some NFL news. First and foremost, the Steelers, they extended Mike Tomlin 3 years. I think he's locked up till 2024. That's a good move.
Sometimes you paint the barn and sometimes the barn paints you.
15 years as a head coach. He's never had a losing record.
Very good. I mean, listen, Tomlin's, although he says the craziest fucking things, he's a good coach. He is. And
I think he's a good coach. They say he's a player's coach.
Sure, I can see that. The Steelers have always been a very good team, especially under him. They always give the Ravens. It's always the Ravens and the Steelers battling for the AFC North. How many? Has he won 2 rings or just 1?
I know he's won 1. I don't know about 2.
I know Big Ben has 2. That's why I'm wondering if Tomlin was the coach when Big Ben won his first ring. I don't think he was. So I think Tomlin only has 1 ring.
Nope. Tomlin has 2.
Okay, never mind. Fuck me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And that further just goes to show you how good of a coach he is, because 2 is better than 1.
Listen to this fucking resume. Never had a losing record in his 14 seasons there. I think now it's 15. They've gone to, I think, 10 playoff runs, 7 division titles. Did they win the title last year?
No. Wait.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did because they went, 11-0 and then choked in the final whatever, but they still, I think, won it out.
So
yeah.
eight division titles, 3 AFC championships, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and okay. So 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win. So yeah, you were right. So
what the hell, Andrew? You can't listen.
Well, I googled.
Oh my! Listen, Andrew.
I googled Mike Tomlin's. Hey, Ian. I googled Mike Tomlin Super Bowl rings, and then in the biggest, boldest letters it says 2.
Okay, first off, I appreciate you using my name, saying my name.
Oh, you're right.
So that's good. But at the same time, remember how I said Andy's going to be known as the guy that has the clown takes? He's also going to be known as the guy that gives bad information on the podcast, and our listeners are going to be talking around on the streets like, oh yeah, they just extended Tomlin's record. Did you know he's got
Discord, 2? Look at Discord right now.
Did you know he's got 2 rings? And everyone's going to make fun of them, and then they're going to be like, fuck, I'm never listening to Bed Bath & Beyond again.
Let's see. This is what's going to stop him.
Not us bickering about Mike Tomlin for 5 minutes to start the episode.
People like to talk about Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, okay. You sent me a screenshot on Discord.
Yeah.
This is your Google history, huh? This is your Google history?
Yeah, this is my Google history.
And it says Mike Tomlin Super Bowl rings. It's a scrandshot. You spelled Super Bowl wrong. Google had to.
Who cares?
Google had to.
I missed a space.
And then it says 2. Well,
yeah, it does say 2. Listen, and then if you read.
This is why
I'm sorry. Are you not about getting the info fast? I guess I just won't Google anything.
This is why you have to follow up, because sometimes Google.
Have you watched Ad Astra yet?
Have you bought me a Top Shot pack yet?
I don't even think Top Shot exists.
Top Shot does exist. They are dropping new packs. You're just not getting them.
I saw they dropped a Supreme pack the other day. I got an email
Why
about
can't
that,
you?
But they think,
why can't you get me a Supreme pack?
Because there's like $249.
I can't wait to talk about the NFT space that I explored today and bought into.
I'm sure you can. Well, another piece of info. I want to get your take on this. So the new head coach of the Eagles, I don't know his fucking name. I think he's a piece of shit, because it has recently come out that they asked him who the starting QB was, and they said, is it Jalen Hurts? He's like, I'm not naming a starting QB. They're all going to have to work for it. And
that's what coaches say.
Of course that's what coaches say. But I don't think that is right. Because do you know who the backup is in Philadelphia?
Carson Wentz.
It's broken back Flacco. That's who it is.
Oh yeah, duh, I knew that. Yeah, we talked about that.
So Joe Flacco's not going to be a starter probably in the NFL ever again.
Look, he was pretty good with the Jets last year as a backup. If I do recall, Andrew, yes, he was.
Did you say as a backup though?
Well, because he was the backup to Darnold.
He'll never start an NFL game ever again.
He did. I mean, yeah. What are you talking about? Because if you're a backup in the NFL, you always have the chance to start a game, because all it takes is one injury to the starter.
No, what I'm saying is that he is the backup there, but I have a feeling that if somebody gets hurt it's not like, oh, in the game Jalen Hurts goes down and then Joe Flacco has to play. I'm saying if Jalen Hurts goes down in practice, they're gonna go and they're gonna pick somebody up off the waiver before they.
No. Look,
I almost guarantee
Joe.
It.
Listen, Joe used to be elite. He won us a Super Bowl. Andrew.
Oh
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show him.
He did.
I'm gonna show him some respect on this podcast
by calling him Joe.
He's very tall. I've seen him in person at the mall in Baltimore. He's a very tall man. He's listed as 6'6". There's no chance he is shorter than 6'8". That man is a fucking tree. He is tall. Now, as the Jets backup last year, I'm pretty sure he started a couple games when Darnold was out. He didn't do bad. I don't think he did bad. And
you know what?
That was with the Jets. That was with the Jets, dumpster fire Jets with Adam Gase.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, the Jets did not do Flacco any favors if he had anything left, but I don't think he does. Let me see. He started. It says he started 4 games. He went 0-4-0, and he had 55% completion. He threw 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
That's not bad.
He threw for 864 yards.
In how many games? 4?
4 games.
That's not bad, right? That's all right. Six touchdowns, 800 plus yards. I mean, there are worse
splits.
There are worse backups out there.
Yeah, there are worse backups. I'm very out on Joe. You're skewing my point. My point is that I think that this coach, like, what are you saying? Like, you traded away your franchise guy because Jalen Hurts is the dude, and now you're like, oh, it's a contest between him and Joe Flacco. I don't care if that's coach speak. I think that's acceptable if you have you have a guy who could legitimately be the starter. But yeah, Joe Flacco, maybe he's gonna be an all right backup. He's not a starter in the NFL anymore.
No, he's not. And RIP is back. He's been hurt. He's gotten surgery on his back. He just hasn't been the same. The same.
I just think it's a dumb coach move.
I just don't. That's not something I would get super mad about because he's new to the organization, so he kind of has to keep his cards close to his chest.
As a fan, like a football or whatever, as an Eagles fan, maybe if I were an Eagles fan, I'd be like, I don't know how I feel. I'm way more upset if I'm Jalen Hurts, probably, but I don't know.
No, because here's what's happening. He's just saying all this to the media, but I'm sure more meaningful conversations happening.
Closed doors.
Absolutely.
Listen, you're the starter.
Of course
they have closed door conversations.
Well, then you shouldn't be worried about Jalen Hurts taking it the wrong way if they're actually having good communication.
Why even have the media?
Because
Bill Belichick has it. Bill Belichick has it right, dude.
Yeah, but listen, it's part of their job criteria to talk to the media because it builds the brand. So SportsCenter has something to fucking talk about the next day. So that fucking Max Kellerman and fucking Stephen A. Smith can fucking debate this the next morning. It's just content. Content is king, right?
Sure,
and so that's why they give stupid interviews and they give stupid answers. And then the media takes that, runs with it. They make money. The NFL makes money. We're fucking upset. It's a vicious cycle.
Dude, when Marshawn Lynch was like, you know why I'm here? Like, that's funny, that's content. But I mean, how long did he do that before people were like, okay, whatever. Like, I know he's not going to say anything meaningful.
I mean, I guess I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Exactly.
But I'm sure he got talked about. I'm sure he got talked to about that.
Oh, yeah, he did. I think he probably got disciplined within the org. Probably can't get fined from the NFL. I bet there's like NFL CPA stuff, but...
Any other NFL news, Andrew?
No.
Sad.
Really.
Sad. Well,
I mean, the draft is soon. We'll talk about that on Monday.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. The draft is next week. So Tuesday's episode, we'll be talking about the draft. We'll actually be recording next Friday's episode during the first day of the draft.
That's correct. We will.
That'll be exciting.
And maybe we'll do a live thing. Maybe we'll watch it live and record as we're watching it.
Don't just make promises like that. What the fuck?
No, I said maybe. Oh, come on, maybe came out. Ian, maybe.
We're gonna have to have some conversations behind closed doors.
You know what? If we decide by the end of this, just bleep it.
I'm not doing. That's more work for me, Andrew. That's more work for me.
There is another NFL piece. Did you see Tom Brady complaining about the number change that's coming through for jerseys?
Okay, so is this actually happening? Because I know it was proposed. Did it actually pass?
So it's going to get voted on. It was proposed by the Chiefs. Everybody seems to be in favor of it. Tom Brady is upset because he thinks it's going to be harder to know who to block, and you're not going to be able to identify players correctly. And he had some language for the NFL. He said it was terrible. He said it's going to be really crazy, and basically everyone is equating it online to him just being like, "Get off my lawn," because he's 43 fucking years old and he doesn't want football to change.
Old man yells at clouds.
Old man yells at clouds part 2. Exactly.
I love the proposed single digits to all these players, like running backs, wide receivers. I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's stupid that you have to wear a designated set of numbers just based on your position because Andrew, there are so many players now I'm that just play whatever fucking position they want. Look at Taysom Hill, okay? A perfect example is Taysom Hill. He wears number 7, but is he a tight end? Is he a quarterback? Is he a fucking running back, a fullback? I don't fucking know, but the number that he wears on his jersey doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't really matter. I think a bigger thing is there are some players who are, I mean, obviously, they're going to give you the option to keep your number, right? They're not going to be like, hey, this is the new change, and you have to change your number. I think, like, I get what Tom Brady's saying. It was a rule, so you've trained and practiced a certain way. He's probably not the only one who thinks this, right? Like, there are probably lots of older quarterbacks. I'm sure Big Ben might be a guy who kind of formulates what he's doing on Audible based on maybe I don't know. I get it. I guess I'm saying, but I think it's a little much to be upset about. Who cares?
People don't like change, Andrew. That's what it all boils down to. We love Tom Brady on this podcast. We suck his dick
That's
on
true.
a daily basis. But at the same time, I'm a big proponent of change. Now, a lot of people, older people who have done things a certain way for a very long time do not like change. And they bitch and piss and moan whenever change happens. Perfect example, and this is a good little transition that we talked about last episode, the Super League. Andrew, the Super League
over.
Is done. It didn't last a fucking week. Jesus Christ. So if you guys don't remember, because it's soccer, look, I love soccer, but maybe you guys don't. There was a proposed Super League last week or over the weekend, and all of the top clubs in the Premier League, in the Spanish League, the fucking Italian League, all these big name teams were going to leave the leagues they were in and join a massive Super League with all the best teams in the world. And it was going to be fucking awesome. And everyone pissed and bitched and moaned, said, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. And now we don't have it anymore. So, fuck.
Yeah, to me, they should just blow the whole thing up. And there should be 5 soccer teams. And they should just play round robin every day, all year.
I'm just like, I don't know what, like whoever proposed the Super League, all these teams that said they were in, they didn't last a whole week, man. They didn't last a week, which makes me think, were they just testing the waters? Were they just wanting to see what people wanted to react?
Well, I think if it would have been, it's fucking major sports. If they want to try this again in 2 years, they're probably going to be able to, and they're going to be like, oh, they talked about this before, and it's going to be a little bit easier to chew. So they might have really just thought, this isn't going to work this year, but let's put it out there. Like, look, we got 12 teams, or however many the fuck we're like, I'm in. So, it's probably going to happen. It's just not going to be this year.
Yeah, I guess it's got to happen slowly. Change happens slowly when it's met with resistance.
So, but soccer sucks. When is the World Cup?
2022.
Is it bi-yearly?
It's
or did they just cancel this year?
It's not bi-yearly. It's once every 4 years, and I'm trying to think of the word. What would that be? Quarterly?
Seasonally.
I like seasonally because there are 4 seasons. But
exactly.
The last one was in 2018, meaning the next one will be in 2022. And guess where it is?
Oh, Saudi Arabia.
Yes, it's in Qatar.
Oh, okay, those aren't the same technically,
but they're close, right? Where the fuck
they are close. They're in the desert.
I'm looking this up. Qatar and Saudi Arabia. I need a map. Right now. I think are the same. I think they're the same.
So when I was gonna go to Singapore last year, right before COVID, like last March, so over a year ago, and we were actually gonna fly into Qatar and then from Qatar to Singapore. That didn't happen.
They are not the same. So it looks like Qatar is like this. Okay, Saudi Arabia is fucking huge, first off. Usually I'm good with geography. I guess the Middle East is just throwing me for a fucking tizzy right now. But Qatar is like this giant peninsula in the Persian Gulf. It's just like a fucking tumor off of Saudi Arabia. It's literally, Qatar is a tumor on Saudi Arabia's back. That's what it is. Anyway, it's fucking hot as hell there. There's obviously a bunch of deserts, and so they're basically...
So, they're going to build a dome?
Yeah, they're building these stadiums that, I mean, it's going to cost a fuckload of money, and they're going to have these sweet-ass stadiums. Oh, yeah.
I see enough people playing FIFA, so they have the money. I know it.
I mean, yeah, and it's also Qatar with, like, Saudi Arabian princes and stuff. I mean, I know it's not the same country, but I'm sure Saudi Arabian princes also live in Qatar.
I'm out on this one. It's all you. All right, Ian. It's that time for me to ask.
No, I did not watch Ad Astra.
Oh.
Wait, what did you say? Because I talked over you.
I said, how is fantasy basketball going?
Okay, that's a good question, because playoffs are next week. In my fantasy basketball league. I have bragged on this podcast that I'm in first place. I've been saying it all season, have I not?
Yes, you have.
I am still in first place. I'm tied, technically. There's a 3-way tie with 2 other people. We're 12-4, so 12 wins, 4 losses, but I have the most points for, almost 1,000 ahead of the person who's tied in second. So I'm in first. I got the number 1 seed for the playoffs.
Well, does that come with anything, like a bye or anything like that?
No, it does not.
Probably. You don't even know.
I haven't looked. Look, man,
That's incredible.
I am just taking this day to day. It's already like muscle memory. I just wake up and I check my basketball lineup, see how I did the night before, make sure my team is set for that night, and I just let it rip.
Well, the reason I want to bring up your fantasy basketball is because Steph Curry is going on like a major tear this month, and he is actually being talked about for MVP. And I think his odds 4 games ago, I don't want to say 4 days, but 4 games ago that he played, it was around plus 10,000, and now I think it's sitting around plus 3,000.
Not LeBron, Andrew. Not LeBron.
I'm just saying this is what's going on here. I'm not advocating for it or against it. But LeBron's not playing. I mean, like, LeBron is the most valuable player in all the NBA. If he's on your team, you are going to the playoffs. You're probably going to the finals if he's healthy. 100% of the time, that dude deserves MVP. But that's not really what the award is. And the award is kind of like a social award. It's a narrative award. And right now, people are eating out of his hand. Listen to these stats. He's hit 72 3-pointers in his last 10 games.
Jesus Christ.
Chris Paul has 73 3-pointers on the season.
Why do you got to bring Chris Paul into this? Why do you got to make fun of CP3?
I'm just saying.
All he wants to do is just chill in Phoenix. Is he in Phoenix now?
Yeah, he's with the Suns.
And just collect State Farm checks. Okay? That's all he wants to do.
Here's another kicker.
Yeah.
He scored. I was waiting for you. He scored 40
here's
points.
Here's another
Well,
kicker.
I thought you were going to say something, Ian. He said, I thought you want to have the conversation, right? Okay. 40 points is what he scored his last game. That marks his 5th 40-point game this month.
No, he didn't.
Or whatever, when this article was posted. So maybe he's played his 11th game.
I'm looking at it right now because you had me pull up the fantasy app to check my standings. And so I went to Steph Curry when you started bringing him up. In his last 6 games, because
it says he's got, the stat is he's got 40-point games. He has 5 40-point games in the month of April.
He only had 18 points last game, but 49, 47, 33, 42, 53 in his last 5 games before that.
He has the most 40-point games in a single month over Kobe and Michael Jordan of players 33 and older.
Without looking, Andrew, without looking, can you tell me how many MVPs Steph Curry has already?
2.
I think it's 3.
Oh, is it? I think
I think it's
were
3,
back-to-back,
Andrew.
right?
2 were back to back,
Top.
but I think he has 3.
I'll look it up.
But Andrew, you gotta. If Google tells you something right off the bat, don't just
I gotta
take
read
it.
it immediately.
No, no, you're gonna have to.
All right,
fucking...
7-time NBA All-Star Curry has been named the NBA Most Valuable Player twice and has won 3 NBA championships with the Warriors.
Nice. Was it 2015 and 2016 back to back?
I don't know. I'm not digging any deeper.
Okay, you know what? Fuck me. Okay, fine. So this would be his 3rd. Okay, now can you tell me this, Andrew? How many MVPs? How many MVPs does LeBron have?
I think he's only got 2 also, I think, right? Maybe
Really? I would think he has 3. Did he win last year? No. The Greek Freak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he has 4.
Holy
Man, the Greek
shit.
Freak won back to back?
I think so.
That's interesting to me because I think Giannis is super. Obviously, he's phenomenal. He's really good, but I'm curious to see if he'll ever win a championship because he's big on the whole I'll do it by myself. Which I mean, obviously, these superstars like KD, LeBron, like Bosh, Wade, Embiid, like all these guys are like I can't do it alone. Like obviously, you can't do it alone, and maybe Giannis is physically gifted enough that if he does nothing but grind basketball his entire life and hope he has no injuries, maybe he could win a title with no help. But I'm going to guess probably not because history is not kind to that ideology.
Yeah. I mean, you got to win a ring, though. I mean, I don't care how you do it because everyone gave KD shit. But at the same time, if we all take a step back, rings are so important, especially in the NBA. Especially in the NBA, you are not considered great unless you have a ring. I truly believe that. I mean, you have people like Charles Barkley that never won a ring and was MVP of the league, and same with like Steve Nash. But at the same time, they're not the greats that you think of top 10. You know, top 10. You need a ring to be top 10.
Yeah, they won't go on like NBA's Mount Rushmore. You need a ring.
Right. They're in the Hall of Fame for sure. And I love listening to Charles Barkley commentary sometimes, but he is not top 10.
Charles Barkley is a good name for a dog, by the way.
Charles, yeah. Or yeah. Gnarls Barkley. Gnarly Barkley. That's CeeLo Green.
Is that what he named his dog?
No, CeeLo Green, his duo, I think, before he became, famous.
CeeLo?
But yeah, before he, I guess, used CeeLo was...
CeeLo before CeeLo.
Yeah, it was Gnarls Barkley.
I did not know that.
Haven't you heard the song, Maybe I'm Crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy.
We're going to get demonetized.
Probably. Yeah, that's Gnarls Barkley.
What's going on in baseball?
Okay, so here's the thing, Andrew. There's two ways I can go with this. One route is to say that the Cubs aren't doing well, and I don't really want to talk about it. Okay. They're 8-9 right now. They don't even have a 500 record yet.
That's fine. There's 200 games, so
yeah, right. They're playing the Mets right now, and they won last night. However, you're giving me a perfect opportunity to talk about NFTs because spoiler, and you should know this if you pay attention to the B3T Slack channel. I invested into NFT baseball trading cards today.
Who'd you get?
You know who I got. I put it in the Slack group. Let me pull it up.
That wasn't from me. I'm asking you, Ian, who you got so you can have an easy transition to the viewers.
Okay, well, let me first preface by saying Topps, and we all know who Topps are, right? We all know what Topps is.
It's like a dreidel.
Oh my God. Topps is the company that makes baseball cards. They've been making it for years and years and years, and they're like the name brand, one of the name brand baseball trading card companies. Okay, they just released their first series of NFT digital baseball cards, and I went to go check it out. And they have packs, like same as Top Shot, right? Same as Top Shot, you can buy a pack and get a moment and blah blah blah. You haven't done it yet, but you can do it.
I have not.
So you can buy these top packs, top shot. This could get confusing, but you can buy these. You can buy these top collectible packs. I didn't do that though. I just went straight to the secondary marketplace because I'll be completely honest with you. I am not really
baseball card collector.
No, I am. That's why I'm fucking on the site, dude. But what I'm saying is I'm not really into gambling. And when I say I'm not really into gambling, I mean...
That's a lie.
That was
I don't want to hear it.
That was such a poor choice of words on my end. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I heard that and I almost exploded.
Okay, listen. Obviously, we're a fucking sports betting podcast first, okay? That's how we got our start. We're degenerates. Even buying NFTs is a gamble because you have no idea if it's going to even be worth something someday, right? It's everything's a fucking gamble, but specifically we're gamblers when it comes to sports betting, and also me when it comes to buying NFTs and also fucking racing my NFT horses.
Fingers.
We'll talk about fingers in a bit because people are starting to notice fingers in the Zed
Making
Run.
some buzz.
Yeah. She's starting to get a fan club in the Zed Run community, and I've already gotten offers from random people seeking me out looking to buy her. To which I tell them to fuck right off because
eat shit and die.
I'm never getting rid of fingers. But let's go back to these baseball cards. I go to the secondary market. So first off, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you where you could get these. So go to Topps, Topps. They have 2 P's in their name. ToppsMLB.com. And then you can see...
Good plug.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to our sponsors. Topps. Thanks for paying us $100,000 for this ad read. Go to ToppsMLB.com and you can buy some packs. But what I do is they have a secondary marketplace. So I just skip the packs altogether. And these are just cards, individual cards that people get in packs, but they will sell the individual cards on the marketplace. I like to do this because I like to know what I'm getting, right? Like,
yes. Yeah, so did you seek these guys out individually, or did you go like, I'm looking for this tier of card and then bought it and then and then you flipped it? Okay, this is who I got.
So first, great question, Andrew. Great question. First, I want to see the rarity tiers, okay? Because whenever we're talking about collectibles, the more rare something is, the more valuable it is, right? Scarcity drives prices. So I wanted to see what kind of rare tier are we dealing with Topps. Some of them are really fucking expensive. I'll give you an example. The most expensive player on the Topps website.
Oh, can I guess?
Yes, you can.
Is it Aaron Judge?
It is not Aaron Judge, but that's a good guess. Do you have any other guesses?
No.
It is Mike Trout.
Oh, I fucking should have actually taken another guess. That makes sense.
So the rarest Mike Trout card just sold today, and it broke the most valuable, NFT card record sale so far. And again, this is a very new space. I think Topps only dropped these at like maybe a couple of days ago. So we're very early.
So are you saying in all of playing card are you saying that it topped even Top Shot card? Because I guess, are those cards? How do those get classified?
No, those are moments. They call them moments because
those are moments. You sound like a jeweler, like trying to.
Well, they are. Money. They're called moments, and they're not. I know, cards
but that's so like
they're plays. Like you actually see the footage. These are actually cards. These are literally baseball cards. Now, what was I going to say? It
Mike
only
Trout
broke the record for the Topps cards, okay? And it was, guess how much a Mike Trout, and again, I want to be very clear, this is very new. These cards just dropped a few days ago, for the first time.
Let's say $1,242.
Times that by 80.
No fucking way.
Mike Trout, rarest card, already went for $80,000.
So this is interesting on a couple of levels. The first one is when we talk about the difference between these cards and moments from like Top Shot. Excuse me. Top Shot, I think, even though their platform kind of sucks, like, trying to get the cards and like the website, the way they have it laid out isn't great. They are taking advantage of current technology where you would describe it like it's like a basketball card or a baseball card, but you get to actually see the play. Now, I feel like, yeah, these are NFTs, but I feel like they're not making the leap because it's a physical card just on a digital space. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I get exactly what you're saying. You're basically saying, and this conversation comes up in the NFT art world as well, because you have people that pretty much just transition their canvas paintings into an NFT, and it's just a static image, right? And you're like, right. Okay, that's cool. And you did utilize the blockchain technology to create a unique digital NFT of your canvas art. But at the same time, you know what's cooler than that? Using that technology to do animation or to do, right. GIFs and all, movement. And you can actually like be in like a world of swirling colors and stuff, as opposed to just a static image. You're kind of comparing that as well with Top Shot, where you can actually see the highlight and you own the moment, as opposed to a trading card that Topps does, which is pretty similar to what they already have in real life.
I see the cards that you bought here, and one of them is better than the others.
Okay, so that is not my final list. That was midway through my purchasing.
I'm going to assume that this card is better than anything else you bought anyway.
Are you looking at the screenshot that I sent in the Slack group? Okay, so let's look at the, let me count them, 8 players that I bought, and then I sent the screenshot. All of these cards, by the way, are holographic, and they actually do have a really cool, when you look at them in your wallet, they have a really cool holographic animation or sheen, so it's not just a static card. It does have like a, almost an effect over top of the card to kind of take advantage of exactly what we're saying of it being on the digital space instead of a physical space. Like a physical card. Obviously, right. Physical cards can't fucking shimmer and stuff.
I just had a moment in my head where I'm sitting here thinking about like how Pokemon Go could like make, if they could build Pokemon Go on in the blockchain with this, like to make them NFTs, right?
It'd be insane. It'd be insane.
Then combine that with like what they're kind of doing with Zed Run, where you can battle each other. And it's like you actually own something that you've quote unquote trained or that you have raised. And
Andrew,
there's so much out there.
Andrew, you are just going to keep making me talk because there's a game already doing this. It's not Pokemon, although Pokemon would be fucking dope because it's the world's most valuable franchise and everyone loves Pokemon. But there is a game out there called Axie Infinity. Okay? And it is exactly what you just said. It's basically Pokemon on the blockchain where you buy the creatures in this world and you battle them and you actually own the creatures. You can trade the creatures. You can breed the creatures just like Pokemon. And you can also buy land in the game as well. But it's the most, I think it's the most popular NFT game out there right now. It's called Axie Infinity.
Okay.
I like downloaded the game and got the wallet, but I have not made a purchase yet. But anyway, let's get back to these trading cards, these MLB Topps trading cards. So I'm a big Cubs fan. So Andrew, if you're looking at my list, you will see 5 Cubs players. We have.
Yes.
I picked my favorite one first. Javi Baez. Okay. Shortstop. El Mano, the magician. El Mano, the magician. Anthony Rizzo.
Who is my boy?
Yeah, Anthony Rizzo's your boy. We have Wilson Contreras at catcher. Albert Amora Jr., he no longer is on the team, but he was on the team when we won the World Series back in 2016. So had to grab him. And John Lester, who is no longer on the team. I'm pretty sure he retired, but he was also a big part of the 2016 Chicago Cubs World Series. Sure. And that World Series was such a big win that, one, these cards mean a lot to me just right off the bat because these players, each of them had a very big role in winning the World Series. That whole century dry spell that the Cubs had, these guys, helped end the curse.
As you're talking to me here, I'm looking at the Axel Infinity, and as I'm looking at it, all I can think about with all the NFT talk is I cannot believe what I'm gonna have to do to learn this shit.
Dude, it is so addicting. It's awesome.
I'm just like, I just want fantasy football to start again.
Okay, so those are the 5, and then I got Aroldis Chapman, who was also on the Cubs. He was a pitcher when we won the World Series back in 2016. He's now on the Yankees. And then Lorenzo Cain and Charlie Blackmon. I just like those 2 players, and they were pretty cheap for the rarity. So these cards I have are rare cards. There's like super rare, there's epic, there's exclusive, and I think there's legendary. But these are rare. And then there's obviously like uncommon and common and stuff like that. But I started with the rare tier because they were pretty affordable, like $3 to $5 for each card. And then I just started with the players that I really liked and then kind of went from there. I did get, and it's funny that you said Aaron Judge. He's pretty expensive.
Sure, I would imagine.
So I got a common card of him. I didn't get a rare card, but I got a common of him. And then you did talk about animation and stuff like that. The cards have this special series called Cube Series, and I got an Anthony Rizzo and Javi Baez. They do one for each team, and so the Cubs had their own one, and it kind of flips between 2 big players on the team. And so I got Rizzo and Baez. Those were the 2 that they chose for the Cubs. So I actually have an animated one. It's not in the screenshot, but I have an animated one between Rizzo and Baez that is near and dear to me.
Near and dear for the last 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I didn't pay too much for these, so we'll see how much they appreciate in the next months and years. What I think is really cool is that this is the first series, right? So this is like a first edition, so are
they minted like that, or are you just saying, I know technically they're first editions, but are they being advertised as that?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a historic value as well.
Now, here is a question that I'm sure everyone in the audience would love to fucking know. When was the last time you bought a Pokemon card?
I'd have to go back to my eBay history, but probably 3 months ago.
And with the rise of NFTs as a space, do you think that, because the Pokemon market for cards was rising drastically, has it leveled off? Are you aware? What do you think has happened to that space?
So first off, I don't know if it's leveled off. I think I'd have to go look at the prices currently at eBay and compare them to what I paid for the cards. I would be surprised if they leveled off. Pokemon is, again, the biggest franchise in the world, at least the most valuable franchise in the world. And these cards that I was buying were the first edition to come to North America. They're still going to hold value because, again, they're first editions, and Pokemon's not going anywhere. And so there's definitely still going to be room for Pokemon. We'll see if they do an NFT project. That would be fucking exciting. But
it's so weird because Pokemon is... I usually tie Pokemon to Nintendo a lot. I mean, I know they aren't owned by Nintendo.
They're associated.
Right. But my thing is, Nintendo does weird stuff in the video game space. Like they do things way differently than AAA title makers. They like even though it's going to be profitable, they don't always do the thing that's going to be profitable. Sometimes they try to do the thing that's going to be new and unique, which gives me hope that maybe NFT Pokemon stuff might be coming.
Yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. And look, we are still so early to the space. I really hope that in a year from now, I am super loaded because I have aped. I am not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say the number. I have aped so much of my money into NFTs because I see it as a digital frontier. It's literally for the first time in history. Obviously, the internet has been around for decades, but for the first time in human history, people can own digital assets uniquely. And that is amazing. That is an amazing thing. And I really do think it's just going to continue to snowball and just get bigger and bigger. And I hope I put my money on the right horses, no pun intended, because I did put some money into some NFT horses. I see Zed Run staying. I really do. They're teaming up with Atari. We can talk a little bit about Zed Run. We haven't heard what's going to happen with their next drop. Again,
that's what I'm waiting for, the next drop for a horse, because as you had mentioned, there aren't really great horses out there right now, and the prices just keep going up because breeding is not happening. So
right.
I really am trying not to drop any cash on that.
No, that's smart. And that's exactly what you need to do. You got to be patient and just wait it out. But what you should do in the meantime is make sure that you have your wallet set up. You have some Ether in there, because it does take, especially if you're doing it for the first time and using a source like Coinbase, you're going to want to make sure that you can actually funnel the funds properly because sometimes it takes like 5 days to get verified and then to send your funds through. So definitely make sure you are ready for the next drop, because it will be happening. There's only 38,000 horses that are going to be minted by Zed, and there's still plenty of horses left. So I'm just excited. They're teaming up with Atari, like I said. I think that, and they're constantly working on bug fixes, improvements. They have a great customer service rep. They're just a really good company. I think they have good bones. So I can see it really becoming a thing. Oh, you need good bones, because you have companies like Nifty Gateway, and Nifty Gateway is where I buy the bulk of my rare art NFTs. They're getting a lot of flack. They're getting a lot of heat because they are basically doing drops every day, 3 times a day, oversaturating the market. And people who are new to the website, they come in, they buy some art, and then all of a sudden they see their art drop 50% the next day because there's no secondary market. And that's because Nifty Gateway just continues to oversaturate with the drops, and people are just seeing it as a money grab, because they're just funneling big names into, like they just did ASAP Rocky. They're about to do Eminem this weekend. They've already done The Weeknd and Halsey and all these big artists, well, musicians. And, I put my money into people that have actual art history. So Mad Dog Jones, who's doing an auction with Phillips, which is a huge art auction house. We have Pac, who just did Sotheby's. And let's see.
You getting a phone call there?
I am. It's actually my this is weird because it's my father-in-law, and he never calls me. That's weird.
You want to take it on air?
No, I do not. I do not. I will call him back.
You know what's crazy?
I will call him back.
I mean, I'm having fun talking about NFTs and stuff, but you think about like when football season starts, dude. I'm not gonna have a life anymore. Now I will say this: I had talked previously. Top Shot, if an equivalent for football comes out and they're better, like a little bit better about getting packs, I will work to get football NFTs.
Yeah, when they
grind
come out.
that so hard. Yeah, when they come out.
I think you're gonna really like Zed Run, man. Zed Run is a fucking great time.
It looks so fun.
It is so fun just to like watch your horse race, maybe win some money. It's just a really good time. Like I said before, we were just all hanging out as a friend group here in Chicago, and I just threw it up on the TV because they have like just Twitch streams of the races ongoing, and it's actually super fun to watch.
I think that's everything.
Nope, it's not, Andrew. It's not everything.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Yep, go fuck yourself.
All right, you want to go first?
I will go first, and let me preface this by saying this is going to be a hard one. Okay. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this player, but it is going to be tricky. And the reason why I picked this player is because this player has an insane stat.
Okay.
An insane stat. And after this, you will remember this player as the person who has the insane stat. Okay?
Okay, I can't wait.
All right. This player is a kicker. So right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you the position. This player is a kicker. This kicker played in the NFL for 18 years. Okay. For the team that drafted him, he played on that team for 17 years. And then he played, and I'll tell you the team, he played for the Seahawks in 2018. And then he retired. Okay. So if you're doing the math out there, he was drafted in 2000. From 2000 to 2017, he played for the team that drafted him. I'm not going to tell you that team. And then his last year in the league, he played for the Seattle Seahawks, which was 2018.
Is his last name Myers?
His last name is not Myers.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Well, we still got more.
Okay, yeah.
He won the BCS National Championship in college. He kicked 436 field goals out of 542 for an overall field goal percentage of 80.4.
Okay.
And he held the record, held as in the past tense, he held the record for the longest NFL kick, the longest NFL field goal of 63 yards.
Is it made or attempted?
It was made.
Was the team he played on before the Raiders?
It was. Now, before you, if you even know it, hold on to it, because here's the insane stat. Remember, he was a kicker, okay? He is a kicker. He was drafted in 2000 in the first round, 17th overall by the Oakland Raiders.
So here's the deal. I have no idea what the person's name is. No idea whatsoever. But I do know that he held the record, and that's how I knew that he played for the Raiders. So I'm going to have to go fuck myself because there's no way in hell. What is his name? What does the last name start with?
A J.
Just a letter.
It's J, and it's a Polish name.
I don't know.
Okay, his name was Sebastian Janikowski.
Janikowski. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am such a huge idiot.
You've heard of him, right? Janikowski.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's one of the biggest kickers in the NFL for over a decade. Now, he is one of only 3 NFL place kickers to be selected in the first round of a draft.
Is the other one? The other one is one of the other ones is the guy picked by the Bucks recently.
No, I don't think so.
I thought it was like 2 years ago.
I don't know. No way, dude. No way has in our lifetime, and obviously this guy was drafted in 2000, but no way in recent history has a kicker been taken in the first round. Janikowski was definitely the last one to do it.
That very well could have been. Let me look here.
I mean, Justin Tucker himself went undrafted. But let me finish this up. Janikowski is the Raiders' all-time leading scorer at 1,799 points and appeared in more games with the franchise than any other player at 268 games. He also tied the then NFL record for the longest successful field goal at 63 yards, which is now the second longest, and I think Matt Prater owns it now at 64. I'd have to double check who owns it, but it I think it is Matt Prater on the Lions. He kicked it, and it was 64.
Kickers astound me. It's crazy that they can be a franchise's leading scorer.
Yeah, because all they do is fucking. I mean, if you think about it,
score points, baby.
Yeah, think about it. If you kick an average of 3 field goals a game plus extra points, I mean, that adds up.
Yeah, it does. Clearly. All right, I'll go fuck myself. Yeah, kickers are not really my strong suit. I know like 4 kickers.
But again, drafted 17th overall. 17th overall, Andrew. I mean, yeah.
What year was that? 2000?
2000.
I'm going to look really quick. Just before we get going, I want to take a look at who the fuck was available there. So
that actually is funny.
LeVar Arrington, Chris Pierre, Jamal Lewis went to the Ravens at 5.
Yep.
Plaxico Burress went number 8.
All right.
Brian Urlacher went 9.
Okay. He's among some of the greats. You know what you should see is you should see who went after him. So Chad Pennington went after him, which people were saying was a good quarterback. Turned out not to really be. Chris Hoven, Eric Flowers, Keith Bullock, Todd Payne. I'm just going to the end of the first round. No one of great memory, but also this was like 21 years ago. Yeah. When he was drafted, if you were born when he was drafted, you can now legally drink alcohol.
You should legally drink alcohol.
All right, you go. You go now.
Okay. This player, I'll tell you, is a quarterback.
Sebastian Janikowski.
No. He was...
Chad Pennington.
Yeah. This player was drafted in the 2001 NFL draft in the first round. He played for 4 separate teams. He only had a winning record on 2 of them. He is a phenomenal athlete.
He's a phenomenal athlete?
He's a phenomenal athlete. And the last team he played for was Pittsburgh. He is retired.
The last team he played for was Pittsburgh. How long did he play?
1 year.
Fuck you. He played 1 year. He played 1 year.
His record was 2-1. And this was I'll even tell you the year. It was 2015.
Okay, so let me hold on. Let me just get this straight.
Yep.
This player was drafted in Was he drafted in 2015?
No, he was drafted in 2001.
He was drafted in 2001.
Yes.
Played. Wait. I'm so confused. He was drafted in 2001, but played
and picked in the first round.
Okay, but then played in 2015?
Yeah, he played in 2015.
Oh, it's Mike Vick.
It is. Yeah.
Wait, but hold on a second. What are you saying about his record is 1-2?
It's 2-1. The year he played for Pittsburgh, his
QB
record is 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for some reason I thought you were saying he was drafted in 2001, but only played 3 games and then retired in 2015. I'm like, how is that possible?
The best backup in the world.
The best backup in the world that saw 3 games and apparently is an amazing athlete.
If you didn't get it then, I was going to say that he is a champion at certain dog shows.
You didn't do any stats, which is weird.
No, I didn't because this I don't think needed any stats because his career was so. I mean, like I wasn't really going to say the dog thing. There is a stat in here where because he's missed the 2007 and 2008 season just completely, for being in prison.
Let me try to guess Let me try to guess the teams he played for, because obviously he played for the Falcons first.
Correct.
He went to Virginia Tech, right?
Yeah, he went to Virginia Tech, I believe.
Drafted by the Falcons, then got into legal troubles, went to prison for dogfighting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think he went to the Eagles.
Correct.
Now here's
he had some good years at the
Eagles. He did. I remember his years in the Eagles, and I remember it was a good comeback. Like, people looked at him and was like, that's how you come back. Like, you paid your dues, you apologized, you're sorry, and now you're back and you're tearing shit up. Like, I remember that very distinctly. Comeback kid. Call him the comeback kid. Now here's the thing. Like you just said, his last team was Pittsburgh. I don't know the third team he played for. Is it the Raiders?
It is not. He played 1 year for the Jets.
Interesting. But as a backup? Or did he play?
He had 3 starts. He went 1 and 2.
Then he was a backup. It must have been to Sanchez.
Actually, yeah. What was that, 2014? Yeah.
I think so. Remember Matt Sanchez, man? Sheesh.
The butt fumble, right?
Sheesh.
Sheesh. All right.
Sheesh.
I think that's everything.
Grapefruit.
Normally, you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I wanted to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruited. When you grapefruit your man, it's going to feel as if you are giving him head and fucking him at the same time.
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious. It's ominous. Garage is the phantom. Ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. No better feeling would he ever get than
every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Time to hit the showers because baths are for babies.